if you have a credit card that charged off, a student loan that charged off, any kind of creditors that charged off, that means that the original creditor wrote it off as a loss, used it as a gain on their taxes, and can no longer benefit from the debt by collecting on it, right? But what people do is they go down to the courthouse and they buy old debts. It's like judgments or something like that. You can look it up. You can look into it. I know how you could do it a little more here in Delaware. That's why I don't want to get too into the specifics, because every jurisdiction has their sovereignty to make their own like procedure. But ultimately, there's a procedure to where you can go to whatever your legal entity is that does it, where you could purchase judgments, like you could purchase debts. Okay, and what they do is third-party collectors, they go and buy these charged off debts that the original creditor can't collect on anymore. They buy the rights to collect on it, and then they collect on it. So third-party collectors, any amount of money that they're getting off the debt, low key is a profit, because they're paying pennies on the dollar in the first place and they weren't the original creditor. All right, that's the background of them. Me, I've collected charge-off accounts for credit cards and rental agreements in apartments in Maryland. Those weren't charged off. Those was evictions, but those were lease agreements. But with the charge off accounts, I did for credit cards, and they had charge and student loans. Okay, so I say all of that to say this now: when they call you, the third party collectors, block they ass. I don't even know what they're talking about. Listen, that debt is not on your credit, okay? But if you sit there and you have a conversation with them about the debt, you verify your name, you verify the debt, you take responsibility for the origination of the debt on the phone, they send you a notice in the mail. Now you're creating a new line of debt from an old line of debt with a new collector. Do not communicate with third-party collectors. Do not communicate with third-party collectors. I probably should have started with that. I'll write it across the screen. Do not communicate with third-party collectors for charged-off accounts that have been written off by the original creditor. The original creditor can no longer legally pursue you for that debt because they took a benefit from the debt by writing it off on their taxes. Okay? Okay, so that third-party collector is a real hustler, which was a hustle that I did consider, because that's why I say I know a little bit about it in Delaware, because I was going to start a collection agency. I actually did